I don't know. It's made me have like an insight. I feel like I don't really even know who I am. Like I remember the most common compliment I've ever gotten is "You've changed my life," and it's from guys who tell me deep stories. They were suicidal, they were depressed, they were anxious, whatever. And when I get that compliment, it does nothing to me. And I've always wondered why. Like I don't give a fuck. When someone says this to me, it does zero things to me. Even any compliment I get with my work, it often does nothing. It only does something because I use it as a way to get status and recognition from other people. You know, it's a screenshot worthy of other people.
Basically, BO, aka Cole Brown Official. Today, I just want to talk to you guys about not falling for all the BS online. I keep seeing like people in groups and damn near cults really, and they follow everything people say online. And I've learned a lot of stuff in the self improvement space, but I never agree with anybody 100%. And I think this is an important thing to note. A lot of guys give a lot of good game, a lot of good advice, but you shouldn't be 100% behind this person, right? And that's what I did. I went from person to person, learned a little bit, applied it in my life, learned a little bit, applied it in my life. I met a couple guys in the self improvement space in real life. So I feel like I can speak on this, man. But I think some guys, they don't think for themselves. And that's why I would tell y'all to question everything. Don't just fall in line because this guy has money and he gets girls, so I'm going to just follow behind him 100%. You have to ask yourself, what do you want out of life? And that's why I come on here. I don't tell y'all, oh, don't do this, don't do that. No, I'm saying it depends what you want out of life. It can't be so cookie cutter. Everybody is different. Because I done been in the semen retention and that stuff didn't work for me. You know, it made me practice having control, but a lot of times I couldn't pay attention, I couldn't focus. And I realized I was coping, right? And this is what so many guys do. They cope and they're saying, oh, no, I don't do casual. I'm going to wait till marriage. They'll say stuff like that. In reality, they just have mating anxiety. That was me. I had mating anxiety. But I blamed it on, oh, no, I can't just sleep with anybody. And I'm not telling y'all to sleep with anybody, but I'm saying you should be finding people you find attractive and trying to, whether date them, get to them, know them serious, something along those lines. A lot of guys, they cope and they say, oh, I'm on monk mode. I'm on self-improvement. I'm locked in. I'm not doing any dating. Why not? Because the truth about it, the older you get, the harder it will be to change. So if you're terrible with women, if you're awkward going on dates now, when you're 30 years old, it's not going to be better, right? You can get away with being an awkward 20-year-old, but once you're 30, it's a different game. Because you done got stuck in your ways all that time, and that's why you see so many rich old guys that are tricking and simping. There's so many old rich guys that are tricking and simping because they focus on just making money. And your focus should be on your grind. It should be on your goals. But after you get done doing that, you should have time for dating and mating. You should absolutely make time for that. But a lot of guys, they have that mating anxiety, so they keep putting it off. They say, "Oh, I'm on semen retention. I can't talk to. I'm on monk mode. I can't mess with anybody. I'm waiting till marriage." When a lot of times it's a whole bunch of BS. And you have to be careful on who you watch, man. Like I said, a lot of these guys, they give a lot of good game, right? But then I notice some things, and I'm like, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Because some things can manifest from their insecurities. You watch somebody, they have some insecurities, and then they teach their insecurities on other people. And I've noted that. Like telling dudes to wear shoe lips. That's an insecurity. Why are you trying to catfish a girl? Like, I'm against that type of stuff. Oh, women catfish, so we can catfish. Nah, it's not about that. As a man, you should want to be real, right? And then the girl's going to be looking at you when you go from 6 foot to 5'8". She's going to be looking at you like, oh, I thought you were taller than me. We're the same height. So I think that's just bullshit. And that's just putting yourself in a bad position. I think you should be real. And I done heard dudes online, Hamza, he said he doesn't know himself. Right? He had a recent interview, and I seen a clip. He said he doesn't know himself. And that's a lot of these guys online. They don't know who they are. So they just get behind this ideology, and they push the ideology and try to milk y'all for as much money as they can make. And that's why I said I'm not going to come on here and sell y'all anything for the first year I'm on here, because I'm not trying to just make a quick buck, right? I'm still learning. I'm still trying to become better at making videos. But I'm not coming out here just trying to make a quick buck. So I'm not starting no Patreon, no nothing for the first year. Now down the road, yeah, I plan on making money. If I invest a lot of time into something, I expect a return. But I'm not just on here trying to push this ideology. No, I'm gonna put more thought into it. Does this make sense? Because I fell for some of that stuff in the past. I fell for that monk mode on I'm on semen retention. And I suffered because of that. I don't come on here and say, oh, this is the way it is. I say, usually this is the way it is, right? But guys online like Hamza come online and say things with conviction so people get behind them. Because if he says it like this is the truth, people just gonna fall for it. But I made a video about him in the past. And I said he didn't know what he was talking about. And now it's very obvious, man. He said he does not know himself. So if you do not know yourself, how can you lead yourself? How can you lead your woman to a place you want to go when you don't even know who you are? How can you lead 2 million people when you don't know who you are? And I understand life is a part of finding out who you are, but you shouldn't be talking to 2 million people when you still have that emptiness inside of you. You don't know the true meaning of your life. And he even said, when someone compliments him or says, oh man, your videos help me, this thing, but your videos help me. He said he doesn't even feel good about it because that's not him. It's all an act. It's all a facade. And that's a lot of guys online. They're putting on an act to get the clicks, to get the views. And that's just a game. That's just a game. I don't hate these guys. I don't have no shame towards these guys. They're just trying to make a quick buck. I understand it. It's a hustle. But I want y'all to acknowledge that, man, because I suffered from some of these ideologies, some of these red pill guys. I made mistakes in my life because of them, but I also learned a lot. I learned how to become more attractive. I learned how to become more consistent. So it's like everything, it's pros and cons, man. But you just got to be aware of what you want out of life. Don't just fall in line with these dudes and they think this is the best life, so now you want that life. Ask yourself, what do you want? Because nobody can answer that question but you. So stop falling for all the tricks and gimmicks, and these guys really just using a whole bunch of selling techniques on y'all, to be real with y'all. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about, man. Young men, be careful who you really watch, bro. Because, like I said, I've used to get in that mode where I was coping. I said, oh, I'm on semen retention. I'm not talking to girls. I need to make money first. And then I realized how stupid that was. Because if you go make all this money, you're terrible with women. When you're 30, 40 years old, you have zero experience. And now you're trying to deal with the women. Now they got experience, but you don't. So now they looking at you for that free bill. And you can't even realize that because you just been focused on making money. No, you need to make time for everything. Health, wealth, and relationships. You can't just focus on one thing, right? Now, the wealth might be your main focus. The health might be your main focus, but you still got to make time for relationships. And I've seen many people, they don't make time for relationships and then their relationships suffer. You do not want to be that, right? It's in our nature to have meaningful connections. And a lot of times when you're addicted to pornography, it's not about you're just horny. It's about you don't have meaning to your life. You don't have meaningful relationships. And that's what I realized. I used to be on it every day. And that wasn't even my choice, really. I thought it was a good thing when I was 12, 13 years old watching that stuff every single day. I thought it was a good thing. I look it up. Is pornography good? They say yes. So I just kept doing it. But then you ask yourself, why do I feel some type of jealousy towards other dudes that get women? Because I was coping the whole time. I wasn't going out and getting what I wanted. I was just coping. Oh, she do this. She's not good enough for me. She's not good enough for me. But then I'm laying in my bed at nighttime playing with my meat. Get in reality, bro, because a lot of these guys live in a bullshit world. They say they shame hookup culture. They say I'm going to wait till marriage, but then they still playing with their meat, watching other dudes have sex every night. And when you think about that shit low-key gay. You watching another man get it on, right? If you watching boxing, that'd be cool if you saw it in person. If you watching a football game, that'd be cool if you saw it in person. Hell, if you watching the cooking show, that'd be cool if you saw it in person. But if you was watching other people get it on in person, you would be a cuck. You would be a weirdo. So what difference does it make if you're watching it on the phone? You got to do better, man. You got to do better. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch y'all boys in the next one.